What is up, everybody? My name is Halo. Welcome back to this series where we're solving Codeforces problems in Python. In today's episode, we're going to be solving problem 2193A. Actually, this is from a Codeforces round 1076, which is currently running right now, rated for Division 3. I don't know whether by the time this video comes, this contest would have probably ended. But let's go ahead and discuss this problem, okay? So we're going to be attempting to solve this in Python, but I'll also give you an overview about how to solve this question as well. Let's read through it first, as we always do. DBMB had a birthday yesterday. He was gifted an array of n elements and a number x, okay? But there's only one problem. He only likes arrays where the sum of the elements is equal to s, okay? To make an array appealing to him, you can perform the following operation any number of times. So you can choose an index I, where I is between 1 to n, which is any index of the array A. And that is the index of the array. For example, he was given the array 1, 2, 3, 5, and x is equal to 2. You can choose index 3, sure. And x is equal to 2. So basically, index 1, 2, 3 will be this 3. So index starts from 1 to n here, not 0 to n minus 1. And you're going to add x to this, okay? So x 3 plus 2, and that will give you 1, 2, 5, 5. Your task is to determine whether the array can appeal to DBMB after any number of operations. That is, the sum of the array should be equal to s after any number of operations where you can add x to all of this, okay? Now, the input is each test contains several test cases. The first line is a single integer, which is the number of test cases itself. And then it gives, and once you iterate through that, you're going to get three integers, n, x, s, and x. That is the sum you want, the value of x, and the number of the integers you have in the array, okay? And the second line contains the array itself, and now you have to find whether this can be appealing or not. And you press yes if it is appealing, no if it is not, okay? So I am going to go ahead, copy these examples so we can work through that. I'm just going to paste it in this whiteboard here so we have something to work with, right? So what is the question stating really? So this DBMB guy is there, his birthday is coming up, and then you need to create appealing arrays for this guy's birthday, okay? Now, creating these arrays is simple enough, but there's only one condition that you need to keep in mind, okay? And what is that condition? Well, that condition is pretty simple. He wants, let's say, there's an array 1, 2, 3, okay? The sum of this array is going to be 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is going to be 6. Now, he says, I have a number x. You can add that to any one of this, any number of times, okay? And the total sum should now come to s, okay? And let's say this sum is s1 and this is s, okay? And that is the crux of this issue. Now, some conditions we can define firstly is whatever my initial sum is, right? Granted x is positive, my final sum s is always going to be greater than or equal to my initial sum s. Let's keep this s1 itself because not to confuse with the index i's, okay? So that's my first condition here. I'm going to go ahead and write that over here, s1. And secondly, something to keep in mind, if you can add this number x, right, to any of this, okay, any number of times. Initially, what is this? 1 plus 2 plus 3, correct? That's the sum of this list. Now, let's say I add x to this one, 2 plus x. What is the sum of the array? 1 plus 2 plus x plus 3. If I add it here, it will become 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus x. If I add it here, it'll be 1 plus x plus 2 plus 3. If you pay enough attention, you can see all of these three is the same. So adding to an individual element is nothing, okay? This they have given to confuse you. What they're saying is adding to an individual element and adding to the entire sum is going to be the same thing. So what we're essentially doing here is we're adding to the initial sum x to get this final sum, and this x we can add how many ever times we want, right? Let's say mx. So this is my initial sum, this is my final sum. I need to find out whether this is possible, okay? Now how do I do that? If you're able to understand until here, I think the gears have clicked. Let's solve for that. So mx, right? I want to see whether it's possible or not. That'll be s minus s1. Now we already established this condition. So the value of this s minus s1 is always going to be 0 or greater than 0. Okay. Now I need to know if adding something, and let's say this value is b new sum. Okay. Now I want to know whether I can achieve a number new sum by multiplying x by some amount m, and this x I already know. So if we want to see, and if you think about it this way, right, we need to find whether m or x is divisible in new sum. Okay, so we need to know if new sum is divisible by x. And how do you do that? Using the modulo operator. So we're just going to find this new sum and then percentage x, and if this value is equal to 0, in that case we say yes, because it can be achieved, else we're going to say no. If you want to unpack this a bit further, we will change new sum to its original value, which will be s minus s1. This percentage x, if this is equal to 0, the answer is yes. If this is not equal to 0, the answer is no. Okay, if this made sense to you, go ahead and code this yourself. If not, let's look at what the code looks like. Okay, so t is going to be int of input, correct, because that's what they say, the number of test cases, and for each test case you get n, x, s and x. Now in the solution we talked about s1. Here we are just using s2. If you want, I can change it to s1 as well, right? And then what are the two conditions that we're placing? First condition is this s should be greater than s1. So s is greater than s2, because I said s. Okay, I'm going to change it to s1 itself so that it's not confusing, right? So that'll be condition number 1, checking that, yes. And condition number 2 is going to be this s minus my s1, right? Percentage x is equal to 0. If that is the answer, say yes, else say no. I'm just taking the list input here. I hope all of this is something that you can understand. Okay, so if I run through this, you can see that the test case has passed, and I can actually show you the submission as well so that you can see. Okay, so this is the submission. And you can see that it is accepted. It's an acceptable solution. So the idea behind this problem is just understanding that adding x to one thing and adding x to the entire sum is the same thing. Once you get that clear clicking, it's all just basic mathematics. I hope this video helped you. If it did, hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Until then, bye.